welcome to When Women Lead. God does amazing things. And I have an amazing woman with me today. Reba Terry is the Executive Director of the Caring Place, a benevolent organization right here in Cleveland, Bradley County. Thank you for joining us, Reba.
It is my honor.
Reba brought 10 years of social work experience with her, having practiced in various settings where she served society's disenfranchised. She became executive director in 2005. She has a bachelor's degree in psychology from right here at Lee University, a master's degree in social work from the University of Tennessee, Knoxville. She is a licensed clinical social worker, and she has been married to Herb, the love of her life, for 35 years, and they have 4 children and 7 grandchildren. So I want you to tell us a little bit more about the Caring Place. What are the core services provided by the Caring Place?
Okay. The Caring Place provides food, clothing, I'm so sorry, and social services, as well as assistance with rent and utilities and sack packs to children who are at risk of hunger over the weekends.
Okay. And in the last year, what would be the statistics say for the previous year? Because we haven't finished this year.
Right. In 2014, we distributed food to over 1,400 households here in Bradley County.
Each month, right? So
Excuse me, each month.
1,495 per month.
Yes.
Households, not people.
That's correct.
Wow.
And it was over 3,000 different families throughout the year. There were a number of children, of course, through that, almost 5,000 children that was part of those households. We distribute about 30,000 pounds every month of food. That totaled 358,760 pounds in 2014. And
That's a lot of food.
We have a small warehouse. It goes in the one door and
It goes right out the other. Okay.
We also have a number of homeless families in our county, and we do the best that we can to provide appropriate food and clothing, blankets, sleeping bags, those types of things to the homeless.
Oh, I know that has to be a tremendous blessing, especially in the wintertime.
Yes,
right.
absolutely.
And also for the last few years, y'all have been giving out diapers.
We have.
I read a statistic, 267,000 diapers were distributed just last year.
That's correct. It's been an incredible blessing to those parents, the children that need those.
Obviously, an organization like this requires volunteers.
Oh, yes,
So how many volunteers do y'all have?
Volunteers are the lifeblood of our organization. We couldn't begin to do what we do without them. We have over 160 that come on a schedule.
Wow.
But we still need more.
Wow. So can you just tell us briefly about the history of the Caring Place and how this organization began?
Yes, absolutely. The Caring Place began in 2000 when the 4 larger churches of God here in Bradley County merged their benevolent ministries and formed one entity.
Very good. So you became the executive director in 2005. So what was the annual budget 10 years ago?
We really didn't have a budget because we didn't have enough money to have a budget. We spent $35,000 that year. And God has been very faithful.
And how many employees did you have at that time?
It was me. I was part-time, and I had 37 volunteers, and
Amazing.
God is just amazing.
And so how many do you have today?
We have 16 employees, counting myself, so we have 15 others. Not all full-time, but God is amazing.
Wow, and you've added many programs over these last
Yes.
10 years as well.
Yes, when I began, we were distributing food and clothing, and so it was really my heart to be able to do more. Felt like sometimes benevolence is a Band-Aid,
Yes.
and I really want to help people change that social worker in me.
Right.
So we've been able to add the Neighbors in Need program, and that helps folks to empowers them to make change in their life. We assist with rent and utilities, but they're required to be involved in some type of empowerment course in order to receive assistance. So
Oh, very good.
it's a great program.
And then the follow-up, of course, is...
Yes, yes. And then, of course, our SAC Packs.
Tell us more about the SAC Pack program.
All right. SAC Pack is, we began in 2012, distributing packages, little paper sacks full of 12 to 15 child-friendly, kind of easy-to-open foods to help children who are at risk of hunger over the weekends. Many children, unfortunately, eat their primary meals at school.
Yeah, because we have what do they call that, Title I schools here in all of our elementary schools are Title I, right?
Yes, that's correct. And so for parents who are challenged, especially, with meeting needs and basic needs, the children are often from noon on Friday till Monday morning breakfast at school. There's very little for them to eat. And so we began that and at 3 county schools, and this year we will be distributing to 15 schools, 700 SAC Packs a week.
My goodness.
About 3,000 pounds of food a week to these children. So I brought a little picture. I don't know if it can be captured or not, but it was a drawing that one of our students did, and he has drawn a picture of his refrigerator, and he's written the word empty. And he says, can you read it? You may can. Mm-hmm. Thank you for the SAC Pack. My refrigerator was empty. The family appreciates it.
Appreciates. He must be in about 2nd grade. This is precious. Oh man, what a wonderful feeling to know the difference that you are making and this organization for disenfranchised and disadvantaged children in our very own county. We're not talking about LA or Houston or New York. We're talking about Cleveland, Tennessee.
That's correct.
Wow. And you've shared several testimonies at our board meetings. I was fortunate to be able to join the board in 2013, and it's been an amazing opportunity. You've told us a few testimonies about SAC Pack. Can you recall some of those?
Yes. I was really touched by one of the elementary teachers that sent us a letter, which, for people to sit down and craft a letter these days is, not real often, but she sent us a letter about a little girl that transferred into their school, and she could tell from the records and so forth that this may be a child that would be in need of this. And she said she was very shy and withdrawn, and we've delivered them on Thursdays, and the teachers give them to them on Fridays. And on the 2nd Friday she was there, she gave her a SAC Pack, and the little girl said, "Is this for me?" And she said, "Yes." And she said from that moment forward that she became a part of the classroom, that her fears left, that she just knew that she was in a place that she was loved and cared for, and that it just made a lot of difference to her, and that in future, down the road at some point, the little girl had shared with her that sometimes that she shares it with her sister that's not in school. And so the needs are just amazing, and we're just grateful that we get to be a little bit a part of it.
Amen. So if someone wanted to learn more about the Caring Place, what would we do?
Okay. The Caring Place is located at 130 Wildwood Avenue if they are local. And our phone number is 423-472-4414. And the website is thecaringplaceonline.org. And we would welcome any phone call or contact, whether you want to donate or volunteer.
Amen. When I consider the thousands of lives that have been helped over the last 10 years because of the leadership of one woman who said yes to God, and now, these 10 years later, over 700 children every week during this school year will have food to eat over the weekend. and clothing to wear, and those households that are taking home 20-pound sacks of groceries that otherwise they might not have. You must go to bed at night with a certain amount of peace, knowing that you are making a huge difference. And if not, I hope that you do. And I'm sure many days you just feel like the need is so much greater than what we're able to supply. But just know you are making a tremendous difference, Reba, and this community owes you a debt of gratitude, truly. And I do encourage you to go to thecaringplaceonline.org for more information or to make a donation to this biblical cause to help the disenfranchised. Your gift can make the difference between a child in this county going to bed hungry or cold or unfed. So I thank you so much, Reba, for answering the call of God to lead. I thank you for your heart to organize all of these people and to grow this organization from 1 employee to 16, from 37 volunteers to over 160 every month. It truly is amazing. Thank you so much.
God be the glory.
Amen. And so I hope this has inspired some of you who may have been feeling a burden to help in your community, maybe to organize a benevolent ministry in your church. And if you need encouragement or guidance in this, I know that Reba would be more than happy to help you, and you can contact her through email at rterry@thecaringplace.org. Is that correct?
The Caring Place Online.
thecaringplaceonline.org. Yes. So this concludes this episode of When Women Lead in Benevolent Organizations. And for future episodes of When Women Lead or archived episodes of When Women Lead, you can go to ministrysource.com or iTunes. I hope you'll join us again. God bless.